Well, area education agencies are in the throes of preparing for the next school year with reforms to their agencies now signed into law. Schools now have more control of AEA funding, which means making some changes. Local 5's Dana Cyril spoke with Central Rivers AEA about the adjustments they have had to make.
Stephanie, Central Rivers AEA provides services to schools in north central Iowa, stretching from Cedar Falls to Marshalltown. And they say their biggest challenge right now is getting people to apply to work at the AEA. School districts will now control majority of the funds that are used on area education agency services, according to the law signed in March, creating uncertainty for AEAs.
It is very challenging to reinvent a 50-year system within a couple months and then turn around and even have less funding perhaps the following year.
Central Rivers AEA says their biggest challenge they have seen from this law is people leaving due to uncertainty and getting people to apply for those open positions.
You know, there's been tears, there's just been stress, there's been illness, all those things together.
But Central Rivers AEA is not scaling back. They have adjusted administrative positions by sharing various cabinet positions with Keystone AEA and eliminating 4 regional positions, with the overall goal of saving money from an administrative standpoint and keeping the services closest to kids. But the biggest question will be how much the larger schools will put their funds into AEAs.
If those schools opt out, there's no way it not to have an impact on the rural schools, because some of those rural schools we're talking about a very small amount of money that is part of their flow through.
While Central Rivers says they are positioned for success in the first year, the second year is where the laws will impact everyday Iowans.
The timelines might get longer. For example, if we get called with a new student moving into a district that has needs, we would be there within 24 hours. Depending on what we have and the resources, it might be 4 days before we get out there.
Central Rivers has been in communications with their school districts and are optimistic about what is to come, saying the school districts want to work with them and give them time to figure out how to reimagine the AEAs.